Hello and welcome back to the Road to Champions League Glory with Bishops Stortford. This is episode 33, the survival. And as you can see, we've actually been able to find form. I've actually worked out what that word means. And we have got a few more greens than reds. Last time you were with us, we played Stoke. And we were able to beat them 2-0 thanks to 2 assists from our new signing, Eric Simo. Since then, we've only lost 3 games. And yes, we lost to Arsenal 4-0, but we have been able to come up with some big performances, and that has helped us in the league. So let's go through the games. So last time we played West Ham. We won 1-0 due to a Sean Murray goal. Played very well. Eric Simo doing very well again in midfield with Sean. Then we came up against Newcastle and lost 2-1, unfortunately. Players, they did okay, but we didn't really perform as well as we had previously. Then we pulled off a big surprise at home to Liverpool, and we won 3-0. Unfortunately though, we had Para and Olav go off injured, so our right wing backs both went off injured, which is a bit of a shame, but we were able to still keep on to 3-0. Came across Arsenal then and lost 4-0. Andre Silva with a hat-trick. They are a very good side this season. Well, in all FMs they are, to be fair. They always get a bit of money. They get rid of Wenger and actually start signing players. And Andre Silva's one of the signings that they made, and he's a good little player, to be fair. We had a 19-day gap then between the Arsenal and the Watford game. So to keep morale high, I played 2 friendlies. And these were against lower league opposition. And I mean like lower league. So we came up against Harlow and beat them 6-0. And then we came up against Eton Manor and won 7-0. Again, like I say, just to kind of keep us our form on the go, just to keep the morale up. And it worked. We came up against Watford away from home in Vicarage Road, which was our home at the beginning of the season, and we were able to beat them 3-1. Good little performance, good little game. I was pretty happy with that. Unfortunately then, we were on the end of a 3-1 against Crystal Palace. We went 1-0 up, and they got back into the game pretty quickly due to an own goal by Leonardo, and then they were able to get 2 more goals just before half time, and they went up 3-1. We weren't able to get back in the game, which was a big shame really. But to recoup and get back together on a live Friday night match, we came up against Fulham and we beat them 3-0 due to Slattery, Cho and Alex in the first half. 3 nice goals. Pretty pleased with how they played in that game. We came out with a 3-0 victory, which at that point was just got us out of the relegation zone. Then we came up against Aston Villa, which we drew 2-2, but we deserved more. And I know I'm saying this when we came up with an 82nd equaliser as well. It was a game where we dominated quite a lot. We should have really got more goals at the time of our domination. They got 2 goals at key times, more or less, and then we were struggling to get back into it. We did get the equaliser in the end, and we did come out with a 2-2 draw, which is I was happy because Aston Villa have improved this on this FM, and they're up in the top half. Then we came up against Huddersfield, and they are bottom of the league. We pulled off a 3-1 victory due to Cho and Olav getting 2 goals. 2 goals for Cho and 1 goal for Olav. 3-1 victory. Then we came up against Burnley, and this secured our safety. 2-0 victory. Olav and Brilliante scoring, and it secured our safety. I'm very thankful of that as well. So right now, we've done alright. Since that Stoke game where you've seen us with the new signings, and I did say that we'd pick up some good form, and I did feel that we had a good chance of doing alright this season, towards the end of this season. We passed those difficult games, and we had these to help us out really. So now, we go into our last game against Bournemouth, and they are also safe. So as you can see, we are 12th now. Bournemouth are 14th. Burnley are 18th. Huddersfield have already gone down. Stoke have already gone down. So we are away from safety. We've been able to secure our Premier League spot for next season. Manchester United have won the league. And it's kind of interesting really, because how we're in 12th, I'm not really sure. Because, yes, we've been able to get a few wins together, but the teams around us haven't really done very well, which has been great. Everton have dropped down, Swansea have dropped down, Fulham have dropped down. Everton are obviously safe, but the last spot to go down relegated into next league is between Fulham, Swansea and Burnley. So it's going to be interesting. Stoke have got a Fulham, and Burnley are playing Norwich, and the Swans are playing Everton. So 3 key games, and it'll be interesting to see how they get on. Another one for us is that Simo, even though he's come in as a big signing for me, a lot of money spent on him, good little player, I'm quite thankful we are safe at this point, because unfortunately he's gone on international duty with the German under-20s, and he's their best player, or most valuable player. I don't know if that's because the amount of money I paid for him, but he's on duty with the under-20s. So if I needed him for these last 2 games, I wouldn't have been able to have him. So I'm pretty thankful that we have been able to secure our safety, because I feel he's making us tick in that midfield, really. He's just been able to bring in that quality that's able to allow us to tick. Yes, he's only got 2 assists, and that is in the game that you saw against Stoke, but he's just been consistent, and I like that about him. And he's been able to bring out the best in the other boys as well. So Callum Slattery and Sean Murray's been playing well, and Alex has had a really good season. We will have a look at the stats at the end of the season, but let's go into today's game and see what we can do against Bournemouth. Right, let's just go through the team. I nearly forgot them. So we got Dejan in goal, Leonardo, Samuel, Olav, McCourt on the left, Parrott on the right, Ruben Perez, Slattery and Murray in midfield, Alex in the attacking mid, and Cho up front. On the bench we got James Laxton, Vaza, Chapman, Edison Cavani for his last game for Bishops Stortford, Ganelli, Brillante and Mike Toll. So let's go into the game and see what we can do, really. Little tunnel interview. And let's go into it. 3 of their players are injured. Returning to fitness. Potential knee injury for Callum Wilson. It's always good. Potential thigh injury for that one. So I'm going to go tackle harder on the striker and see how that changes. Right. Go to my team talk, let you and have a little chat with them. Seems to do right, getting them motivated. Our morale's quite high, obviously, for obvious reasons, because we've just secured our safety. So we're going to today's game. We are playing in the blue. They are playing in the red. We are right to left of the first half. We've been able to get a good tackle in straight away, which is always good. Pretty good. Pretty thankful that we have been able to secure our safety now, because, like I say, it would have been difficult going into these last few games without our key player. It's a case of now making sure we can get as high up as possible. I think we can get 11th. I think, and we get a few more million, I think. So it's not really something I've looked into just yet, how much money we do get for each position. I know it's quite high, but not major. The higher up we get, the more money that we get, obviously. There's an offside there, so good little chance there for Bournemouth, but they didn't really do much with it. So half time, 0-0. If it stays like this, we can kind of make ourselves well, keep me happy. A draw at the end of the season isn't too bad. A win would be nice because it's on obviously live on with you guys, but obviously a draw is normal. What we're going to do, we're going to go to control and we're going to go fluid. I like changing these around just to kind of see what difference it makes, really, if any. Cho's not looking great. You might have to come off for Cavani, just give Cavani a little bit of a last game. And ooh, he nearly scored there after deflection though. So we're kind of going into next season with a lot of thinking to do, really, because obviously there's going to be some big signings coming in. Hopefully, it depends how much money the board are going to give me. Obviously, we've only got a 12,500 seat stadium. Might be asking for them to expand that. Obviously, we've got the training and the youth facilities getting improved over time. We've got a lot of money in the bank, which is good. What we're going to do now is going to pause it and just bring on a few subs. Bring on Edison Cavani, put him in the attacking forward position. Bring on Josh Brillante instead of Ruben Perez. Olav can stay where he is, but Ganelli possibly can come on for the last 10 minutes. Well, 5 minutes-ish. And yeah, it's all going to be determined on how much money the board kind of give me. If they give me a transfer budget of 30-40 million, then I can do a lot with that. But if they only give me a transfer budget of 5 or 6, then I'm going to be looking at scraps again. I'm going to be looking at free transfers. I'm going to be looking at loans. I'm not really going to be able to get those big signings like I was able to get in January. I know what I want, but it's what I can get, which is the most important thing. We've got the money, and I'm hoping the board can back me. They've kind of seen how well I can do over the seasons. Next season, it will all depend on who I can get during the summer, but possibly looking at top half. I'm not going to say the E word because I know we're not there yet. But as you can see, we finished 12th in the league overall now. We could have got 11th if we won, and won by a few goals because we get goal difference. But 12th position. Let's find out how much money we get, and we'll have a little look then through the leagues because we are in the 21st of May, so I think all the other leagues have finished as well. And as you can see straight away there, we got 17.9 million, but we're going to just go through this little conference. And curtain calls. Goalless Cavani worries Bishops Stortford. Not really, because he's gone. Yeah, so 17 million for finishing in 12th place in the English Premier League. So if I show you finances now, that puts us on 51 million. If they back me, right, so that's 51 million in one season. That's one season, right? Projection shows that that's going to go up a lot during the next few seasons. That's possibly about 50 million every season if we stay mid-table. Obviously, we want to get higher up, and obviously we want to spend more money on the ground and on the training facilities. So that's obviously going to have to come into consideration. But if they give me a transfer budget of 50 million a season, they know they're going to gain that 50 million back just in balance. So it's going to be intriguing, and I'm looking forward to seeing what they're going to give me. What we're going to do now, we're just going to have a little look at how the other leagues have done. So competitions, obviously we got knocked out in the 4th round of the FA Cup, got knocked out in the 4th round of the League Cup by Manchester United and Leeds respectively. And we look at the Premier League. Burnley got relegated with Stoke, with Huddersfield. We will be having a look at their teams to see if there's any players that we can nab for cheap, if there's any youngsters that we can pick up. So let's have a little look at the Championship. Who's going to be joining us next season? So Southampton and West Brom are coming up automatically. The playoff final is in another 8 days. So you'll find out in pre-season who's going to be with us. Is it going to be Leicester? Is it going to be QPR? Results on the in the comments. Who do you think it's going to be? And then have a little look. We'll have a little look now at League One. So Barnsley and Derby. Derby are going a bit downhill, but they're going back up now, which is good. They're obviously going up in the leagues. Rotherham and Bristol City are in the playoff final. League 2. Wycombe, Chesterfield, Luton, Bury and Cheltenham in there, and Dulwich and Hamlet have gone down. They were a club that I thought would actually be following us up the leagues. They've got a little bit of money about them, and they've got some good players. Unfortunately, they've gone down. Who's going to be coming up from the conference? Barnet have won the playoffs, and Boston are coming up from the playoffs by the league title. So Leluja will be happy with that one. In the north, we've got Chester have come up through the playoffs, and Gateshead have won the league. And down in the south, Bath have come up through the league, and Margate have won in the Championship. Whitehawk are down in 11th. Bit of a shame they haven't done very well, but they do have top goal scorer. Let's just have a little look at all the other leagues. So obviously we won. Man United won the league in the Prem league table for Bundesliga. Obviously sees Bayern Munich win. Dortmund coming runners up, past winners. Dortmund winning, and Dortmund have done alright recently. Obviously I only loaded up this league 2019-2020. So back here, obviously I wasn't loading. So you see Leverkusen won the Liga. It's interesting. So we'll have a look at the Spain, Barcelona have looked like they've won. I'm not sure. It's going to go down to the last game by the looks of it. Are they not going to play each other, are they? Barcelona play Valencia. Oof. Real Madrid got Villarreal. Let's have a little look at past winners on this one. Barcelona have dominated it, really. Real Madrid won 1920, but that's about it. Let's have a little look at Serie A. Juventus looks like they're about to win it. I think there's 2 games left for Juventus. They've got a game in hand over AC Milan, but it's quite tight at the top. It's quite interesting to see Napoli, AC Milan, and Juventus quite doing alright at the top. Inter, Lazio are there. See your past winners. Whoa. Juve haven't lost the title since 2010. Wow. It's 11 seasons on the trot. If we can do anything like that, I'd be well happy. So let's have a little look how the squad have done. So obviously our top appearance maker was Dayan. Sam Giggett just underneath. He was our new signing in centre back position. I think he's done alright this season. Could do a little bit better, but he's done alright. Adam McCourt on that left wing, and Alex has done alright. 33 appearances, 28-year-old now. Olav, our new signing at the beginning of the season. He broke our record for the transfer at the beginning of the season. And then looking at goals, we've got Chose on 15, Alex on 7, William on 6, Callum Slattery on 5, Olav on 4, Ruben Prez on 4, Benteke on 4. Benteke's done alright considering he's not really played loads. Assists, Sean Murray's on 8, Alex has got 7, Adam McCourt 5, obviously Simo's got his 2, Benteke got 3, Callum Slattery, Olav. It's spread out quite nicely, it's not done too bad. This is the big one for me though, okay? So, as you can see there, they've done alright. Average rating have done alright. Obviously Sean's at the top with Slattery, which is our midfield, and they have improved greatly since their last 5 matches. You look at their last 5 matches, we've done really, really well. Simo's not done brilliantly. He's on a 6-9, which is a bit of a shame. I think he's done better in other times. But yeah, I think as soon as he scores, then he'll pick things up. I think he's just waiting for that goal. I'm not sure if I'm going to be changing him to my penalty taker. He did take a penalty in one of the cup games, but he is only 10. Long shot, so 16. I'm tempted about putting him down as my as a Roman playmaker. Not really sure. Something that the assistant manager suggested. We'll play around with it in pre-season, see if it works. He can play in that position pretty well, but I don't know how it'll work with the other players in that centre mid. But average rating, it's done alright this season. We've not done too badly. Obviously, ability and potential are a little bit strange because obviously our assistant manager and stuff like that not brilliant. Para coming in at January is a big thing for us. Obviously, getting his work permit. Big player for me. Someone that I think is going to be very, very good for the club. He can play the inverted wing back perfectly. Stats pretty decent. All I now need to find is someone on the equivalent on the left-hand side. I am trying to train him to be on that left-hand side at the moment, just to kind of give us a bit of versatility. So you look at value as well, which is something I always quite like to compare. Obviously, Slattery's at the top, which surprises me. So his reputation must have gone up during this season. He's had a good season with his ex-Southampton youth. He's not done too badly. Next season's going to be pretty key. Like I said, it's all going to be on the money they give us. But right now, I can see that we have potential to, if we can get on the form that we have hit at the end of the season, then I can see us aiming for that 8th, that 10 and above, 10, 9 and 8 place. I think it's a realistic aim. I don't think any higher just yet. I think we're a season off challenging for any European spots. I'm saying that very shrewdly. I think they're a little bit too good for us at the moment. So we're kind of looking to secure that mid-table place. Again, though, the big thing we'll be looking at is hitting that 40 points. As soon as we can hit that 40 points, the better. If we can hit it in February, then we can push. If we can do it like this season, hit it in April, then it's going to be a bit of a tight one. But I do think with the right additions to this team, we can push up the league. As always, guys, thanks for pressing play. Next time you'll be with us, it will be pre-season, and we will be going through all of the ins and outs at Bishops Stortford for the 8th season, the 2023-24 season. Bye for now.